Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Today we had the massive attack from Russian side. They fired rockets and Shahid drones. Lots of the electrical power plants together with power lines were damaged or destroyed. Our air defense worked the best way they could, and in Kiev, where I am now, there were no any targets hit by the Russian rockets. But anyways, my friends, we have a blackout, which is obviously not good. But anyways, I'm able to film this video. So let's go for the news. Iran condemns call for United Nations probe into alleged use of the drones in Ukraine. It means that they are against the investigation that United Nations will put on Iran for using the drones in Ukraine. And Iranian officials say that they would react strongly to those allegations of using their drones in Ukraine. However, we all know that Iran sent those drones to Russia, and it's been confirmed that they lost 10 instructors in Ukraine. Also, partially it was confirmed by the Russian officials. One of the officials went to the media open air and he thought that his mic wasn't working, and he said confirmation that Iran sent the drone to the Russian army. So clearly new sanctions should be applied on Russia and Iran, and Ukraine army needs modern day air defense systems as IRIS-T, otherwise we'll have these blackouts across Ukraine. It's hard time here for everybody, but there are some companies that make our lives better, who help this channel personally and also Ukrainian people, such as Atlas VPN. So they are the sponsor of today's video. Sponsor of today's video is Atlas VPN. Why do I think it's the best VPN on the market? First of all, it has the best price and product quality ratio. I signed up for the 3 years offer and I paid just $1.99 per month, and for that I got the best military encryption standard protocol available for VPNs. And because of the multiple devices support from a single account, I'm sure that my laptop, my iPad and my smartphone are well protected. And just recently, then I was sitting in a local cafe using the public Wi-Fi. I got the warning from Atlas VPN that someone tries to reach my YouTube channel and Google account. That is why I changed the password and immediately disconnected from that network. That security monitoring is not available for many VPNs, and luckily Atlas VPN got it. You may hear that English is not my native language, so I constantly studied. How I study? I just basically watch the Netflix series, and some of them are not available in my country. That is why I switch on the Atlas VPN to watch my favorite series. With Atlas VPN, you simply don't have any limits or any kind of restrictions. Atlas VPN may help you to avoid the price discrimination, so by changing your virtual location, you may purchase, for example, airline tickets with a great discount. Atlas VPN is blocking annoying ads, it restricts the government access to your accounts, and also you are unreachable for hackers. Awesome. Right now Atlas VPN is running a huge discount. It means that you can get a 3 years offer for just $1.99 per month with a 30-day money-back guarantee. This offer is time limited, so get your deal by clicking the link in the video description just below and join the club. We have a long-term partnership with Atlas VPN and I would highly recommend you that product. Atlas VPN, thank you for sponsoring this video. This video was filmed from the boat. That is how Russian army fires their caliber cruise missiles from the sea, from their ships, and also they may be fired from the submarines. And basically, they use those very expensive rockets not to destroy our military infrastructure, but civilian infrastructure as power plants. Those pyramids are not the art installations. This is Belgorod, Russia, and they are building the defense against the tanks on Russian-controlled territory, official Russian Federation. But this line is not very effective and I see where it ends, so probably local government got money from Russian budget and they put the most part into their pockets. Usual stuff in Russian bureaucracy. Ex-CIA director David Petrus said that he doesn't exclude the joint army mission of United States and allies in Ukraine. He said that the red line for it could be the attack of the Russian army or joint Russian and Belarusian forces on one of the member states of NATO alliance. The response may come from NATO itself or United States and its allies' joint reaction on that offensive action from Russian side. And this is the footage of the power plant, one of those that were destroyed during today's attack. As you can see, electrical infrastructure was just demolished. I don't know how much time, resources and efforts should it take to restore this facility. One of the biggest pro-Ukrainian meetings and anti-Iranian government protests took place in Berlin, so just want to show you how many people are there. Around 80,000 people came to the Central Park of Berlin. It's just awesome. Many Ukrainians, Iranians and Germans went there to protest against Iranian dictatorship. It's the first time in 80 years that the United States sent their elite forces, 101st Airborne Unit, near to Ukrainian border in Europe, Romania. There are some military drills near to Belarusian border. Also, United States sent their elite reinforcements to the Eastern Europe, and together with the statement of XA director, we understand now that this war may escalate to the bigger conflict. News from Great Britain: after Liz Truss resigned from the Prime Minister position, Boris Johnson went back to UK from Caribbeans to fight for the Prime Minister position again, and now he got the support of 100 MPs from the Conservative Party. And 100 votes means that he was accepted to run for the Prime Minister position again. My friends, those are just news. I would like to stay away from UK or United States politics, but that politics influences my country as well. And now UK has a political crisis, and probably there will be a voting again, the parliament voting, and maybe Labour Party will take the majority. At least I think it will be like that. As for Ukraine, I think that Conservative Party may give more support compared to Labour, but I'm not sure about it. So we're gonna see what will happen in UK. And Russia uses those concrete pyramids not only in Russia itself, they also put those lines in Lugansk region. So totally you can see 4 lines of the pyramids and 1 big trench. Obviously, it may reduce the offensive action from Ukrainian side. And they put those lines between the roads and natural obstacles. By the way, Germany also built the pyramid construction defense line back in 1940s and 30s. So they start to build the line in 1946 and finish in 1940. And Hitler himself attended the construction of the Siegfried defense line in 1938. Finally, Allies penetrated that line and went to Berlin. Nowadays, Russia called it the Wagner Line, true Russian word. Awesome lorry we have for Ukrainian army. So this big truck is nothing but the big shower and sauna. So here we have some of the generators, and inside you can see some of the showers, sauna, and many other facilities for the laundries, and where you can even iron your uniform. My friends, hygiene is a very important thing on the front lines. This truck obviously will not be put it at the very front line. It will stay like at the 3rd line, where it's more safe and you have more logistics. Soldiers from the 1st line to the 3rd one will take their laundry, they will go to sauna, they will be washed, and I hope that we'll have many more of those tracks. And here we have some of the photos from the military drills of the NATO soldiers near to the Belarusian border. President Joe Biden said that Russia should not win the war in Ukraine. He said that we already spent lots of the funds to help Ukrainians, but this is more than just a help for Ukraine. It's NATO and it's Western Europe, and it would provide everything for Vladimir Putin to lose and do not succeed in Ukraine. The United States Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said that they don't see the signs of de-escalation from the Russian side, and moreover they see that Russia tries to escalate this conflict, firing their cruise missiles and drones targeting the critical infrastructure of Ukraine, and also making some sort of the fake referendums and basically annexing Ukrainian territory. So here we see the escalation. And those are the remains of the cruise missile that was shot down today near to the Kiev. You can see the wings of the cruise missile, and also other parts of it. Quite big one. One more K-52 was shot down by Ukrainian air defense today near to Kherson. The Chinese leader Xi Jinping was elected for one more term for 5 more years to be a leader of the communist China, and here is the ex-leader, and he is in some sort of the internal opposition to Xi Jinping. And we got this video published today how this official just tries to grab this ex-president, ex-secretary or something of China, ex-leader, let's say. But this old guy, he doesn't want to go anywhere, and this young man continues to grab him under armpits, saying that you need to go. And this guy is just frustrated. It's obviously that he doesn't want to go anyway, so it's just a circus here. And this is the Xi Jinping, which is who is near. And finally, ex-leader got up, and still he doesn't want to go anywhere. So it's just a circus what is happening inside the Communist Party of China. It shows that they have internal conflict in regime. As for Ukraine, we also have the official mobilization that was announced at the beginning of the war, and now it's the third wave of it, and we don't have any troubles in finding newcomers, new people who are willing to fight for our country, and mostly our army takes people with previous military experience. Today, the president of the Motor Siege, Vyacheslav Boguslav, was arrested. The Motor Siege is the company that produces aviation engines for helicopters, commercial airplanes, and military airplanes, and he has been accused of betraying the country. If he is guilty for those accusations, he might have the life term in prison. This guy is director of Motor Siege for decades, and really they produce nice engines. Why he was arrested, we don't know the details, but if he was arrested, something was done wrong by him. I think so. And just to remind you, China wanted to get this factory, and actually 3 years ago they purchased the Motor Siege, but later on this deal was cancelled by Ukrainian side. Why the deal was cancelled? Personally, I think that our Western allies didn't want China to get new technologies for their engine production. My friends, I got tons of the comments under my previous video saying that I am wrong, that this helicopter is escaping some kind of the radar, that it might be shut down. Well, 99% I'm sure that I know that road. It's far away from the front lines, and it's still, I think, very risky to fly that low over civilian cars. Do with me what you want. You may dislike what I say, but I honestly believe that it was not done in the interest of safety of the other people on the road. About the military map, so far our counterattack is paused. However, we got the information from the Russian side and also from British intelligence that Russia is built the bridge across the Antonsky Bridge. The bridge is constructed from the ships, from the ferries, and it's much more effective compared to what they were building before, including pontoon bridges. And now they're moving away everything, facilities. Even I heard about the vehicles from the ambulance, the firefighting vehicles, everything. They are moving from Kherson and this area. And we got the information that on the north over here they left Chkalove, Vishneve and Cherivne villages. So they will keep their forces near to the front lines, and they would retreat firstly from these positions, then Kherson, and finally they will come back from the front lines. That's my prediction. I give like 99% for that outcome. I expect it to be maybe this week, I expect it, but obviously it will not happen. Anyways, it will happen very, very soon, and the risk is still exists for the Novakhovka dam that I told you that they mine this dam and they may blow it up. But in that case, it will block the water supply towards Crimea. So here is the channel. Here is one channel, here is another channel that provides the water supply towards Crimea. The north part of Crimea is a really deserted place without the water supply, and Ukraine cut the water supply for that area because Russia invaded it in 2014. And if they blow up this dam, so simply there will be no any chance to provide water supply to Crimea any longer, and also the water from this area will go away. And there is the nuclear power plant in Energodar, and it has the water reservoir over here. So if water goes from this area, goes away, how can they refill this reservoir with the water? I don't really know. So two of the things why Russia probably would not bomb out this dam over here. First of all, the possible nuclear disaster in Energodar, Zaporizhia nuclear power plant, and the outcome of that we cannot predict. The cloud may go to the Russian territory, depends on the wind, and here they will just cut supplies of the water to their beloved Crimea, which is, as we know, a Ukrainian territory. And my friends, I'm from this city, and I hope one day it will be liberated, hopefully next year, by our defenders. And I hope that Russian regime will collapse. I do not hope, I'm sure about it, 100% sure. My friends, I'm gonna keep you updated on situation here in Ukraine. Please don't forget to check the link for the Atlas VPN, the sponsor of today's video. Atlas VPN is the best VPN provider out there. My friends, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.